Now, each week we have a theme for these sessions. And this week's theme is around self-forgiveness. By the way, I just want to say welcome to Shannon, Celine, Michelle, and Parwin as well. It's good to see everyone here. But yes, this week's session is on self-forgiveness. So if you want to take some notes, feel free to do so. I always find it's nice to listen, but it's also nice to write down anything that comes up as being a key point or anything that you want to remember for later. So self-forgiveness. What it is, it's a practice of noticing what I'm angry at myself for, and through thinking differently, absolving that anger. Now, I love one of my favorite quotes of all time is forgiveness is a shift in perception that removes a block in me to my awareness of love's presence. We're always comparing ourselves to others, and a lot of why we're mad at ourselves is just a perception. We're holding ourselves up against a scale and we feel that we've come up short. Now, to you and to someone else, the same situation can look completely differently. A lot of people will say, well, I'll love myself when I've lost this weight, when I'm already successful in my business. But that's wrong thinking in a way, because you can still love yourself and be proud of yourself right now, whether you're 10 kilos heavier or 10 kilos lighter. It's happening in your mind. And if you do some mindset shifting exercises around this, you can start to love yourself exactly how you are right now. You can let go of that anger if you use some of the right processes. Ultimately, self-forgiveness means letting go of the anger, the guilt, the shame that we feel about something, and finding how to shift our perception so that we can feel love for ourselves. We can feel gratitude for the situation, for the learnings that it's given us, and ultimately we can find acceptance. I had chronic fatigue syndrome for 17 years. I was very angry at myself for a very long time for not being able to be healthy, for making poor decisions, for my addictions, drinking, smoking, drugs that I was taking, all these different things. But now I look at it and I think, wow, that was just a pretty cool experience. That now I understand these things about chronic fatigue syndrome that no one else does. I understand depression, like not many people, unless you've had it, understand it. I can change my perception of everything. And that's what we need to do to be able to forgive ourselves. We need to change our perception of how we see it. Now, there are two real ways that I say to people that you can forgive yourself. And I recommend that people know both of these. Number one is through mindset shifting exercises to change my perception of myself and the situation so I can change how I feel about myself in relation to the past. I can sit there and go, well, I didn't know any better. I didn't give myself chronic fatigue. I didn't want it. I'm going to shift my perception. I'm going to love myself because I did try. I'm going to look at all the times that I did try during that time. I saw naturopaths, psychologists. I saw chronic fatigue rehabilitation. And I can look at that and go, you know what? I was actually trying. I really was. So I'm going to shift my perception of how I see that past situation. And the second way, so there's number one, shifting your perception of yourself. And number two is to take actions that move me towards where I want to go so I don't keep giving myself reasons to be angry at myself. Self-explanatory, but a lot of people can get stuck spending all this time healing and trying to work through their anger. But if we don't start taking different actions, we're just going to be continuously giving ourselves reason to not be happy with ourselves. One of my favorite stories ever was this lady who was going through a divorce, and she met one of her friends and she said, yeah, I've been talking to my psychologist and I'm really angry that he cheated. So for the next 6 months, I'm going to work through my anger issues about this situation. And he said, you could do that, or you could do something more interesting. She's like, what do you mean? He goes, do something that's bigger than your anger. He goes, tell me, what could you do that's bigger than your anger? And through that divorce process, she had learned that she could go separately from him, get half of the stuff, and still be able to buy houses and all that. People in Nepal, women, if they get divorced, they're homeless. They don't have a choice to leave. And she decided, she's like, well, what I could do is spend the next 6 months trying to build as many homes as I can for people in that situation in Nepal. He goes, there you go, direct it that way. There's always energy. All of our thoughts have energy to them, and we can transmute it. We can take anger and turn it into love. Or if you're at the gym, This is like a different type of transmutation of energy. But sometimes if you see an attractive person, you might put more weights on the bar because you want to impress them. We can think about that as well. We can think about, how can I transmute this anger? How can I direct this anger towards myself, towards, and change it to love? There's always just a shift in perception. There's always a reason to hate someone, and there's always a reason to forgive them. So looking for it through a shift in perception. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some journaling exercises. So if you want to just grab a pen and paper, or if you want to open a new document on your device, go for it right now, and just up the top of your document or on the piece of paper, just write Mindful Mondays, self forgiveness, and possibly the date, which is the 4th of the 3rd, 2024. And the way that these sessions work is, I've just talked about the topic. We're going to do the journaling. Then there's a 15-minute meditation. And after that, I stay on. If you have any questions that come up, you can write them down on the piece of paper, anything that you want to ask at the end of the session. And I'm happy to talk about it. And yeah, stay on. But we don't record that part. This part just goes up on YouTube as is. So question number 1. And before you answer this, I want you to just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and just set the intention. Through these exercises, I'm open to forgiving myself. That may be hard right now with some things that are going on for you, but I want you to just gently just nudge your mind and just let it know it's safe. These questions are going to be illuminating. It's going to be a good experience. And you do want to love yourself. So just take a breath, just arrive in the space, set the intent. You are here to do some self-forgiveness, some gentle self-forgiveness. Question number 1. I want you to write down something that you're doing right now that you're not exactly thrilled with and that you want to practice self-forgiveness on. And you can write this out by saying, the activity I want to forgive myself for right now is. The activity I want to forgive myself for right now is. And write down whatever it is. Maybe you've been on your phone way too much. Maybe you've been up late past your bedtime. Maybe you've been talking about someone behind their back or something like that. And you know it's weighing on you. It's making you feel bad knowing that you've been doing it. Just think of one thing. And if it's really bad and you feel it's too triggering, just choose something else. Choose something light. You're in complete control here of what you choose. And I've put the question in the chat if you want to reread it or anything like that. But once you've got something, just at the bottom, there's a place where you can put emojis. So you can either just visually give me a thumbs up or just like send the emoji. Thanks, Parwin. Thanks, George. Thanks, Sylvia. Thanks, Jonathan. Beautiful. We'll move on to the next question. Number 2. I want you to write down, why do you want to forgive yourself in this situation? Why do you want to forgive yourself for this? And I want you to start it by saying, I want to forgive myself because, and write it down. Maybe you want to forgive yourself because you know that it makes you feel horrible to think about. Maybe you want to forgive yourself because it's making you grumpy and miserable and that's affecting your family. Anything that comes to mind. Again, just take deep breaths through this. Just let the answers flow to you. A couple more people came in. Good to see you, Shannon, Michelle, Darlene, and Zarin. Thanks, Sylvia. Thanks, George. And once you're done, just, yeah, give us a thumbs up so I know to move on to the next question. And if you feel rushed, leave some space to come back to it later. Repetition is amazing. It's good to come back and get yourself back in that thinking space. Awesome. Thanks, Parwin. And once we get one more, we'll move on. Thank you, Jonathan. Beautiful. Number 3. And again, if you want to leave some space, leave some space. It's always good to go back. What action could you take that would change this situation and aid in showing your future self-love through self-discipline? And you can answer this by saying the action I can take instead to show myself self-love is. Maybe instead of being on your phone scrolling social media, maybe you could correspond with your mom or your dad or someone, or maybe you could read a book. Maybe instead of talking about someone behind their back, you could approach them and say, look, this is really annoying me. So the way you can answer it, the action I can take instead to show myself self-love is. Maybe you can look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself. If you're beating yourself up, maybe that's your action. Maybe if you're smoking, maybe you can create a plan of how you're going to quit. Again, once you're done, just give us a thumbs up. Just continuously try to breathe nice and deep. Keep yourself as calm as you possibly can. Deep breaths. Doing fantastic. Thanks, George. Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Sylvia. Thanks, Michelle. Amazing. We'll move on to question 4. Thanks, Parwin. So again, you can leave some space if you want to write some more actions down. Fantastic. Number 4, though. I want you to imagine that someone in your life that you really care about, that you really like, was also doing this action. What would you say to them to make them feel encouraged or to feel better? And I want you to answer this by saying, if, and write their name, was doing the action that you've said that you're not happy about, I would say to them. So if George was smoking, I would say to him, it's okay, man. You can do, you can get over this. You can stop doing it. I'll help you. Or I'd say, don't beat yourself up. It's not going to help. You're an amazing person. Doesn't make you a failure or something like that. Just let whatever comes to mind come up. Again, I've put the question in the chat if you need the prompt. So if that person that you're thinking of was doing the thing that you've been doing, I would say to them, try your best not to overthink it. Just let it flow. Thanks, George. And again, once you're done, just give us a thumbs up so we can move on to the next one. Thank you, Sylvia. Thanks, Celine. Thanks, George. And one more, and then we'll move on. Thank you, Michelle. Question number 5. What do you need to tell yourself more often so you can forgive yourself and feel motivated to do better in this situation? And you can start it by saying, to forgive myself and to improve this situation, I can tell myself, and write down what comes up. So, to forgive myself and to improve this situation, I can tell myself that I'm an amazing human being with infinite potential. I have all the strength that I could possibly ever need to succeed at this. I'm not a bad person. I'm a great person. Anything that comes up. Maybe you can write, I didn't choose for this to happen. I didn't want it to happen. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Sylvia. And again, just remembering to take deep breaths as you're answering these. Thanks, Celine. Thanks, Phoebe. Fantastic. All right, guys. We're going to move on to the guided meditation segment of this call. So just take a moment now to get yourself nice and comfortable. If you need to move your body, that's really helpful, just so you can get yourself nice and comfortable. Sometimes that's easy to do. Sometimes it's hard to sit there and be nice and comfortable during a 15-minute period, but move your body around, just get rid of any of the things that are making you uncomfortable, can make it a lot easier. I'm going to play some meditation music through, and then I'll guide you through the process of what we're going to do today in this guided visualization meditation. Just taking a moment to allow yourself to get nice and comfortable where you're sitting. If you need to move at all, go ahead and do that. But start to get into a position where you can sit nice and still, with your shoulders back nice and straight, your head up high, your hands either in your lap or on your thighs. And when you feel nice and comfortable and still, you can gently and slowly close your eyes. Start to just arrive in the space. Start to let your mind slow down. Be present in this moment. We're going to start with a breathing exercise where you're going to breathe in through your nose, into your stomach, into your chest, filling up your whole body, in through your nose, all the way into your stomach and chest for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds, and then slowly breathe out through your mouth, letting your body deflate. 4 seconds. We'll hold for another 4 seconds, and then repeat the process. I'm going to guide you for the first 2 rounds, and then you will continue on by yourself. And when you're holding your breath, try your best to not tense up, just stay as relaxed as you possibly can. And we're going to take our first inhale through the nose into the stomach and chest in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Continue on at your own pace. And once you take your next exhale, allow your breathing to return to normal. Allowing your mind completely relax. Allowing your body feel even more calm and relaxed. Now, in your mind, I want you to imagine that up above you and in front is a beautiful cloud of lavender energy. It's circling, it's swirling. It kind of looks like a storm cloud. But as you can see it there, its presence is extremely calming. I want you to imagine that when you take your next in breath in through your nose, you can see this lavender energy swirling down, moving towards you, entering your body through your nose and swirling around your head. As you breathe it in, feel it swirling around your head. All the negative thoughts that you have about yourself are being dissolved. Every time you breathe back out, you can see all those negative thoughts just exiting your mind. Letting that beautiful energy just wash around your head. Removing the negative and strengthening the positive. Thoughts are becoming more and more pleasant, and your mind is becoming an extremely nice place to be. With your next inhale, you can feel this lavender energy moving down into your throat, into your neck, and all the negative words you've ever voiced towards yourself being washed away. All the times you said, "I'm not good enough, I can't do this," you can feel them just being uprooted and whisked away back out into the cloud. And all that's remaining is, "I love you. You're amazing. You can do this. I believe in you." Enjoy the feeling of this energy and the connotations of the words. And imagining now that this beautiful energy is moving into your shoulders. All the times that you didn't feel strong, you feel those moments, those visuals being resolved, being transmuted into realizing how strong you are just to be here still. Keep going, to keep trying. You feel this beautiful energy moving through your shoulders, and you take a deep breath in and you feel that strength just building in your shoulders and all the way down your arms. You are strong. You are so capable. You believe in yourself. As you're enjoying that feeling, allow it to, on your next inhale, breathe all the way down into your heart. All the times that you acted out of fear are being washed away. That fear is being replaced with love. You're remembering all the times that you acted out of love, where you did good things, you said good things to other people, and even yourself. You're remembering all the times that you've been loving, that you've been kind. Now with your next deep inhale through your nose, feeling this energy moving down through your head, your throat, your shoulders, your heart, all the way into your stomach. And all the bad things that you've put into your body, all the memories are being washed away. And all you can remember right now in this moment is all the times you've treated your body so well. Drank water. You've had the nourishing meals. You've done the exercises. That's all you can see and feel. You feel the strength building. See the images. You're feeling a greater sense of self-love toward yourself. And as you breathe in deeply again, you can feel this beautiful energy running down through your hips and your legs. And all the times that you feel that you've swayed from your values, from your morals, they're all being washed away. Feel them being sucked back out into the cloud. And you're remembering all the changes that you've made in your life that align with who you want to be. Times when you've picked good friends, the times you've picked work that aligned with you. Every time that you can think of is just swirling through you right now. On your next deep inhale, you feel this energy moving down your legs, down your calves, through your knees, all the way into your feet. You feel yourself being centered. Feel this energy that's cleaned your body of all this negativity, the judgment, self-loathing, all of it's been replaced with self-love, self-acceptance, and gratitude for all the great things you've done. I want you to imagine this feeling just moving up and down your body. As you breathe in, you feel it coming down through your nose, all the way through your body into your feet. And as you breathe out, you feel this energy coming back up all the way into the cloud. I want you to just imagine this energy moving through your body continuously, coming in all the way down, going out all the way up. every breath, you feel more love, more strength, more courage, more self-acceptance of the amazing person you are. Now, every time you take a deep breath in through your nose, in your mind, I want you to repeat the words, I love myself. Every time you breathe out, repeat the words, I forgive myself. Showing the beautiful flow of energy through your body of love and forgiveness. And I want you to slowly let go of your focus on the breathing and the energy and just feeling it radiating all the way through your body and being really present with that energy. Just feel it in every cell of your being right now. As you're looking up, you can see the clouds slowly moving away and disappearing into the night. But you can feel this energy just resonating and radiating through your body, this love and forgiveness. And when you feel ready, come back into the space. I want you to slowly start to becoming aware of the room that you're in. Without opening your eyes just yet, just becoming aware of the temperature, surface that you're sitting on or laying on right now. Just noticing it. You come back into your body, back into the present moment. When you feel ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, move your neck from side to side, coming back into your body. When you feel completely present, you can slowly open your eyes. Namaste, and welcome back. Well done, everyone. Just take a moment now. Just feel your way back into the space. Taking a few deep breaths. Just remembering the feeling in your body of, of love, of self-forgiveness. Just enjoying it. Letting that feeling just sit with you and stick around. Did an excellent job here today, guys. You've taken some time to look after your mindset, your mental and physical well-being by being here. That's just such a beautiful thing. So well done. I will stay on for a little bit longer. I will end the recording right now. But yeah, if anyone has anything that comes up for them that they'd like to reach out to me and talk about, please do. You don't have to go through all this stuff alone. If there's anything that's coming up for you that you're like, I really want to talk about that, I want to explore it and I need personal touch, or you just want to send me a message and connect and talk, please feel free to do so. I love connecting with everyone. I'm going to end the recording now. And